Hi, my name is Geeta Siddhurob and I'm the CEO and founder of Nosh Detox Delivery Limited. This is a company that I created and I set up 7 years ago that is based in London. I've created a business that helps people, that makes people to be more healthy, that very, very quickly helps them to feel like they're back in control of their health. And it has been so successful at home. It has been a business that has grown, it has reached so many people, it has touched so many people's lives. People that didn't think they could become healthy, people that didn't think that there was a way for them to actually hang in there long enough to see a result. I wanted to bring that to America because I know that here we can reach so many more people. This is such a big country. There are so many issues around health and there are so many ways that you can eat badly. There's so much cheap, fast and processed stuff that is readily available. I wanted to make something that was still fast, still easy, but fresh and natural and healthy. And I wanted to bring that and make that available to the American people. So this was the first place that I wanted to come with a company when we wanted to grow outside of England. I wanted to make sure that the model that we created in America wasn't a franchise system. I didn't want a franchise. I didn't want to create a franchise where, you sell somebody an idea, that you take their money, and then you go away. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to create a joint business with people, with one person, then a second person, then a fifth person, then a 10th person. Becoming a Nosh licensee for me was having people join the Nosh family. That was my feeling. So as a licensee, we were much more aware that we had to be part of our licensees' lives. Legally, we have to do that, but we wanted to do that. We wanted to create that infrastructure. So we wanted people to work with that we trusted, that trusted us, that understood how to grow a business, that understood and shared our ethos and our mission and our values, which was to bring fresh, natural, healthy solutions to the whole of America. I'd like you to meet Chef Deb of Savor Culinary Services. Welcome.
Thank you, Geeta.
I wanted you to be able to talk to Deb and to understand from Deb herself why she became a licensee of Nosh USA. I want you to understand what attracted her to it as a proposition and as an idea. Also, it's so fantastic to be able to understand how it's worked for her since then, because it's been a couple of months and it's just the perfect time to get the idea about it.
So really, what was happening in my company is I've been in business for quite some time, almost 13 years. And what I realized was there was a piece in my company that was missing. What was actually happening is we were preparing all this amazing healthy food for our clients, but we noticed that our clients were often stopping service to juice, or we would develop a whole nutrition program for them, and then the piece that was missing is they would have to go buy this amazing product someplace else, or it was something that didn't fit in with our philosophy. So I thought, why not find a company that would fill that need for me? That's when I found Nosh. They are the leaders in what they do.
Which is good, because we invented it.
Good.
So it's good that we're really good at it. Now, as a company that does healthy meal delivery and the fact also that you have a personal chef service, did you find any issues in integrating a completely third-party service into your existing business?
Not at all. Actually, there wasn't that much of a difference because at the end of the day, since our philosophy was already really healthy food, and Nosh was already such a stellar company that had all of their foundations and their processes in place so well, taking their model and then putting it into what we were already doing, it was effortless. There was no issues whatsoever. But the beauty of it is, which I don't even think I've said up to this point, is that it improved the rest of my company and my other services. The bottom line for those other services actually increased.
Yeah, and I love that we added value. I really like the fact that because we're a big business, because we have had our systems in place and we make money out of making people healthy. But what we've done is created a fantastic product, and then we've created a fantastic business model and system to support delivering that product. And one of the joys for us was to be able to come and already take a business and go, look, we can add value, because everybody loves to help. And we can say, could we do this for you? Can we help you with this? And one of the things, would you talk a little bit about, for example, how we've used Groupon, and also how much involvement you had with having that set up?
You know, the beauty in this whole structure is that, for lack of a better word, it's kind of a one and done for you. Whenever I decided to become a licensee, what happened is it was almost a hands-off experience, and I was making money while I slept. The money just kept popping into my account, and I was still not doing much more than I was doing before to run my business. That's how effortless it fit into the company.
Yeah, we took existing systems, and the thing about a business model is that if you're a business in America, or you're a business in China, or you're a business in England, you need certain systems in place. You need to have the way that the team works, you need to have the way that your digital marketing works, you need to have all of those things work. And they will work whether they're here or they're there or they're in any geographical location. So it was so wonderful for us as a team at Nosh to be able to do that and to actually enjoy that. When you look at bringing Nosh into your business, how did your team find it?
Whenever Geeta and I decided to partner together, I sat down with my team and I said, okay guys, this is what I'm thinking of doing. The beauty that happened was they were so excited about this particular product that they knew it had been missing for a long time too, but they had one question, and the question was, how are we going to fit more food production into this kitchen when this is already a very active kitchen? Once I explained to them how easy it was to do, we were already taking and preparing fresh fruits and vegetables, putting them in containers and getting them out to our clients. Once I explained to them that this was no different, but they didn't have to cook it, they were all on board with it. So it fit very, very easily.
Well, that's great, because I'm a raw food chef, so I can uncook anything. I just don't cook anything. So that's fantastic. But there's a really funny story behind this, because in fact, it turned out that your team adopted this almost faster than you did. You were being a strategist and looking at the business model.
I was.
Tell me about that.
So the funny thing that happened with that is we were in full production, clients were loving it, it was running in the kitchen very, very well. And my head chef walked in and said, have you tasted this? And I'm like,
how long was that in the process?
About 2 months.
Yeah, I did not know this.
I know. We were already fully running in the kitchen. People were loving it. And when my chef walked in and said, have you tasted this? I'm like, I'm sure it's amazing. Everyone says it's amazing. The reviews are great. You guys are loving it. You're tasting it. And you have to try this. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. She set them all in front of me, and I took a drink of one, and I thought, this is really good. And then I thought, okay, so we knocked it out of the park with the first one. I'll drink the next one. Every single one that I drank was better than the next. I've done a lot of cleanses. I've been in the health community for 15 years. But I got to the last one, and there was not one that I didn't like. But more so than just liked it, they were amazing. The flavors were just incredible. The mere fact that as chefs that we can take fruits and vegetables and put them together, but then something as simple as this would taste like that just blew my mind. So much easier after that to then go out into the community and with my clients to it was just unbelievable.
Well, and also they're pretty. I think it's important. We're girls. They're very pretty. The beauty of Nosh coming into your business as a license holder is that we provide all the recipes. So in fact, what happened was that Deb's team, who didn't really know the business behind the business, were able to make all these juices and just have them taste fantastic, because we've done all that work. We've taken them and made the brown sludge, and we've made all the ugly stuff, and we've made all the stuff. You know, who's done that? Who's blended juices together and gone, ew, why does it look like this? Because it does look like brown sludge. There are some very basic rules you have to follow when you blend stuff, and we'd followed them. So I'm thrilled. And the thing with drinking them as well is that, you know, did you do this cleanse yourself? Because I have a feeling you made your husband do it.
I did.
Ooh.
So
How did that go?
I actually made all of my chefs do it, and my assistant and my branding person, everybody that was a part of Savor, I actually had them do the cleanse so that they would understand exactly how amazing it is. Whenever I did it, I went through the whole process, and the thing is I was never hungry, and I love food, and I eat a lot of food all the time. I'm in the kitchen all the time, but it was so easy, and it was so refreshing.
And it makes you feel good.
It does.
Yeah.
The first one that I did was the 3-day, and on day 4 I thought, oh my gosh, I can think so much clearer.
And so how did your husband find it?
He got to the end of day 3. I didn't talk to him for 3 days. I wanted to find out, and on day 4 I said, how was that? And he said, I'll do it again.
People think that cleansing isn't for men, right? And we're here to tell you, if you're a man, this is for you. Why? Because men lose more weight than women do when they go on a cleanse. So it works for them like 10 times better than it does for women, which is very unfair, I'd like to point out. The products are amazing, but the joy of what we're suggesting is you start with an amazing product, and then we add everything on top of that. Could you tell me, what is one thing that we brought in business terms as a benefit that you didn't have in Savor before you partnered with Nosh? Just apart from the juices, apart from anything else, just one business benefit that we brought in. Because what we want to, we pride ourselves on is being as helpful to you as we possibly can. So it's like having a coaching, mentoring service available at the end of the phone, right? So has that worked for you?
It's actually worked very, very well for me. And the one benefit, or actually the biggest benefit that I could say to all of this, is you always wonder in business, what can I do better? How can I streamline? How can I save time so I can do other things to improve my bottom line? And what happened was, whenever I started seeing Nosh's processes, their automation, the way that the company was run, I was able to take that philosophy and put it directly into my company for all of my processes. What I found out was we were doing things faster, we were doing things better, and customer satisfaction increased across the board with all of our products just because we use Nosh processes.
Yeah. And that's so nice to hear. I mean, it's lovely to hear that. The other thing that I would like to touch on is also one of the ideas that we have taken and run with in Nosh is that we love PR and marketing. We absolutely love PR and marketing. We have won 15 consumer awards in the last 6 years alone, I think. And we have press books that are about this big year on year. And we have very open reviews across the internet, across YouTube, across everywhere. And yes, there's always going to be somebody that hates us, but then that just shows that everybody else loves us, and that it's a real review. We're all good with that. But when we started talking about PR and marketing, and we were like, well, we have to find a way to do this with PR. The first problem we ran into was that the PR quote that we first got was an enormous amount of money. And we were like, whoa, we can't afford to do this. As small businesses, you do not turn around and start paying people thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So I want you to understand that we have never done that. That is not what we do as a business. But what we did do was something a little bit different, didn't we?
Part of what happened whenever I decided to bring this into Savor was I immediately thought, oh my gosh, how much more money am I going to have to spend? Because anytime you introduce a new product or you joint venture with someone, there's usually much more of an outlay of money than what you originally thought. Well, what happened was there wasn't any. I thought when Geeta and I first started talking that I would have to spend all this money on advertising. I would have to spend all this money on PR to really promote this and start making the money that I knew that I needed to make and wanted to make. Well, what Geeta's company actually taught me was that you don't need a huge budget in order to make this really successful, to really get this out. We honestly started with bloggers is what we started with. And we told friends, and the joint ventures just grew. I mean, they grew overnight. It was amazing. It seemed like 1 turned into 10 and 10 turned into 50, and it just keeps growing. That's what's been so amazing. So the outlay of money has just been so minimal for the return on my investment. It's been huge.
The thing to know is that it is so important that you can actually leverage social media to create relationships and partnerships that you wouldn't have created otherwise. My whole business was built off this, because when I set up Nosh myself, I couldn't get a loan. I couldn't get people to lend me money. I didn't have anyone to give me money. And we didn't have any resources to do things with. So we made it happen ourselves. And I knew that we could do that here, but you've also got to find somebody who's willing to work with you and trust you that you have some experience in doing this. And with Deb, we found the perfect partner for that. Because, and not just to say that, but we found somebody who was like, yes, let's do it. And then we'd come with the next idea and it was like, yes, let's do that. And so it was a really fantastic way for us to actually grow Nosh USA. Deb, what do you think has been the biggest benefit to you in partnering with Nosh?
For all of us in the culinary field, as chefs, we go through ebbs and flows of our business. It seems like most culinary businesses have a time when business is not so great. And then we have a time when business is amazing. So it's almost a feast and famine. I wanted to stop the whole seasonality of my business. What happened with Nosh, once I integrated it, that stopped. My income is very consistent now. What happens for me is that provides me a sense of relief. It provides security for my family. And as a chef, that's amazing. To know that I can still feed people as consistently and healthy as I want to has been such a sense of relief. I've never had that before.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And I totally know how that feels, because
it's really good.
Yeah, it really does. The thing to know and to remember and to take away is that this is not for everybody. This isn't. This is for people that understand that they have a business, that they know that they're already creating food in some capacity, and that they want to grow their business. If you think that this is something you'd like to do, something you'd like to know more about, or just you'd like to speak to me, click on the link below, click on my email below, or click on my phone number below. Any one of those will bring you directly to me and we can have a conversation about this. Deb, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure joining you, and I particularly like the blue jacket because it looks amazing.
Thank you. Matches my eyes.
It does. Lovely to be here with you. Please get in touch.